So now you're in the United States. You got your first job. You're doing landscaping. You met this girl. What happened after that?
So I started doing just that job for a little while. It was only, I think, 6 months. And I wanted to go into construction because they make more money and it was union work and all that. So I tried that out. Didn't work. When I met the girl is when I finally decided to stay. Well, actually, I married the girl.
Oh, you did?
And I divorced the girl.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That's okay. I'm divorced myself too, so I understand.
Yeah. So
how old were you? Pretty young?
I was really young.
Yeah.
I met her at 21. And we got married when I was 20. No, I was probably 22. We got married when I was 24.
Okay.
We divorced when I was 27.
Yeah. So I got married at 26 and divorced at 28.
Yeah.
So
And it was mostly me. I mean, I had no idea how to be in a relationship, really.
Well, I mean,
I know that. I know that now.
Yeah, trust me, I do too. It's like, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's the Latino thing, or maybe it's just similar personalities. But I was always like driven by my heart and passionate, and but my brain would not follow till a lot later, you know. And so, like, you know, I got married, and you know, it didn't really work out, but. You know, it's just it was more like a lesson than a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? And then like when you get married young, it's like, I mean, it's either it will last forever or it's just like a lesson, right?
Right. I mean, I learned a lot. It just didn't seem like it. You know, when you get divorced,
right?
At the beginning, you know, there was so many things. You feel like you're a failure. The worst thing that can happen. All these things, you know, the pain and the hurt and all these things. But then, you know, you start learning from the mistake, and little by little you progress. And I don't learn from all my mistakes. So sometimes it takes me a really long time to get it.
Yeah.
But, you know, now, thankfully, you know, I'm grateful that I had that experience. So otherwise I wouldn't be here, right?
Would you get married again?
Oh, definitely.
Nice.
Yeah. You know, I want to touch on something you said because I went through the same exact thing. Like thinking you're a failure, thinking that you like it doesn't even matter who messed up or who divorced who, it does something to you, like because if you married somebody, you met somebody that you even considered marrying, like there was some type of like connection or like love or like something, right? And so I, like you, for years, like I just beat myself up about it, but it was kind of like a thing where before that happened, like my whole life was success. And I never really failed at anything. So I didn't really ever lose. So I never appreciate anything. And then after that, it was all those feelings, like you said, like failure, like I messed up, like depression, like this. And then I read a book. It was called 177 Mental Toughness Secrets of the World Class. And in the book, it says successful people or world-class people are professional failures. And I was like, what? What are you talking about? Professional failures? Well, it says they don't look at failure. They look at it as a lesson. And it says, I cannot fail. I can only learn and grow. And that's how they think.
Right.
Yeah. So in the book, there's a quote. It says, the world-class or successful people are professional failures. And so at first I didn't understand. I was like, what do you mean? Like, how could they be professional failures if they're successful? And it says, I cannot fail. I can only learn and grow. And growth itself contains the germ of happiness. So all these years I was beating myself up for the divorce. Because I literally lost everything. So at 29, I was making $400,000 a year. I had my own real estate company. I was married. I had a home I built from scratch. 2 dogs, dream car, picket fence. Like I had it all, right? I thought I finally made it. A year later, I'm divorced, business collapsed, credit was destroyed, lost all my houses, filed bankruptcy, got a car repoed, had to move back home with my parents, and then my dog dies, right? Wow. So this was the whole 2008 crash, right? Because I was in real estate.
Wow. Is that it?
Yeah. Is that it, right? Exactly. Wow. Almost everything, besides like a limb of my life, I lost pretty much everything. But so I did beat myself up a lot for years. But then when I read that book, and I was like, it just changed my whole perspective on failure, right? And I was like, well, I didn't fail because I learned something. I'm different. Like, I'm not the same person. Like, I appreciate things. And that was literally what changed my whole perspective. And that was like the road to coming out of the hole and kind of leading to where I am now, right? So
Exactly.
I just wanted to touch on that because I remember, I mean, I was like seeing like I went through the same thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think what happens is how the perspective of that, right? So it's the same action. The actions haven't changed, same facts. It's just how you see it
Yeah.
and how you are able to grow with it.
Yes.
And the fact that you're able to see it in a different way, you feel different. And when you feel different, then you see life differently.
Yeah.
Right? So you go about life in a different way than just beating yourself up for it. And guilt and shame does not bring anything good.
Yeah, beating yourself up is just a waste of time. You could do that for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And then you got to get over it, or else you're just going to waste your energy.
Yeah. But I was 28.
Tony Robbins says if you can do it in 90 seconds,
Who?
Tony Robbins,
90 seconds.
if you can do it in 90 seconds, then... Because we spend a lot of time on that space.
Yeah.
Beating ourselves up.
Yeah, that's
Way
true.
too much. Everybody.
Yeah. And I was 28. I didn't know. You know what I mean? Like I had to learn this kind of stuff. Like nobody, unless your parents teach you this kind of stuff. Like I know it now because I've been in organizations where I read a lot of books and personal development, and I always kind of had that little like that little drive. Like I was meant for something bigger. But dealing with adversity, I had never learned. Like it was not a skill that I was taught, and most people are not taught, right?
Right.
And like you said, everybody's going to fall. I mean, adversity is just part of life, right? So a lot of people go, oh, maybe that happened. Maybe that's a sign that I'm not. No, that's just life, right? And it's not what happens to you. It's how you react to it. And like you said, how quickly you get out of it.
Right.
But if we're not taught that, you have to read a book or you have to come across somebody that can teach you